Okay, so this week on MotorMartin we have had the fantastic Jeep Renegade Longitude. So what do you want to know about it? Well, it's a Jeep. If you want a Jeep, you're going to love the look of this car. It's got classic Jeep styling, it's got the fantastic Jeep grille, it's got some quite extravagant star stickers on the bonnet and the doors, it's got matching colours on the mirrors. It looks exactly how you'd want a new Jeep to look. It's got those reminders of Jeeps from the past. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's quite short, but it's quite tall. You feel high up sitting in it. Everything feels like it's been designed for its purpose. Interior wise, the steering wheel is nice and chunky. Everything you touch, the switches feel like they're going to last forever. It's got a nice quality infotainment screen with a decent sat nav on there. Obviously you've got DAB radio, you've got FM, you've got Bluetooth for your music streaming, you've got climate control, there's various apps you can get, your phone's connected to it. You can set the car up how you like it. Climate control's nice and easy to use, the dials feel absolutely fantastic. You've got additional buttons behind the steering wheel for the stereo controls. On the steering wheel itself, you've got your cruise control, you've got speed limiter, you've got your stereo controls. You can change the TFT dial in the middle to show you your distance travelled, MPG, lane assist. It's just a really nice place to be. What I also really like, just on the front windscreen, there's a little picture of your original Jeep. And it's nods like that to the past that give you that lineage, that travel from the original Jeep right through to today with 2020 and this Renegade Longitude. Specs wise, well, let's have a look and see what we've got. So this, being the Longitude model, has got a fantastic 1 litre engine which improves upon the original 1.6. It's only got 3 cylinders, 999cc, but it is turbocharged and it puts out around 118 bhp at 5,750 rpm. There's also 140 foot-pounds of torque between 3 and 4,000, which when you tie it into the 6-speed manual gearbox that we have here means that as long as you keep the revs up and you don't let them drop too far, you've always got some instant power. And with it being a 3-cylinder turbocharged engine, it's got a nice throatiness to it that means you can't help revving it. Keeping it between 2,500, 4,500 RPM, you've got a real nice amount of shove from that 1 litre engine under the bonnet. So what's it like to drive? Let's go and find out. Automatic handbrake. Electric handbrake releases itself automatically, which is a feature I really like. As we said, that gear knob is nice and chunky, feels beautiful in the hand. And there's that perkiness of the 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine thrusting you along. Roads like this are built for this Jeep Longitude. That high driving position that we mentioned gives you plenty of view along the country lanes. There's a little light in there telling you when to shift up and when to shift down. Nice little click, click, click through the box. And again, like we said, you can cruise along using that 140 pounds of torque and not particularly worry about acceleration or something like that. Once you're at a certain speed, it will just drift along beautifully. But then when you do want to perhaps overtake or just have a little bit of fun, there's enough oomph in there for you to do that. Let's have a look. So here we are, 3,000 revs, second gear. Put your foot down and you get that lovely thrum from the typical turbocharged engine there. Here we go, let's try again. It's not sports car quick, but it's never gonna be. Up into third, 3.5, 4,000 revs, back down into second for this sharp little left-hander, and you know, it pulls nicely, it sounds nice. The noise from the engine matches the look of the exterior, that chunkiness that you get with this Jeep Renegade. And let's be honest, Jeep are onto a good thing, because when you're driving about in one of these, you do tend to see an awful lot more of them out on the road. That's pretty good going, I reckon. So here we go, up into fifth, 45, 2,000 revs, lovely. Down into second, nice feel from that steering. There's a nice amount of weight to it. It's not light and feels like it's going to shake all over the place. There's a bit of resistance to it, which I really like. And here we go. Put your foot down. It's not mind-blowing, but it's enough. And you're in a Jeep Renegade. Why do you want to howl along? Into the left-hander. There's a little bit of roll there, but nothing excessive, nothing that's going to put you off. Nice right hand off camber here. Beautiful. Now, obviously, there are other versions of this Renegade with Jeep's fantastic four-wheel drive system. This one's only got drive through the two front wheels, but there's plenty of grip available. It's going to take you up and down, you know, some light gravel pathways, but possibly nothing more excessive than that. Decent brakes, ABS of course, and you can just feel it happy in its job. It wants to please. It knows that if you've chosen it, there's a little bit of fun about you. I love looking out on this bonnet, the way it curves up into its bulge through the centre, which is on this version accentuated with that fantastic, frankly, star on the bonnet. You're driving this, you can live out all of your Jeep fantasies, and it's certainly something I've been doing over this last week. There we are, back into second. This is a car that makes you feel like you're driving it. You're attached to the road in it somehow. It's got those decent 17-inch alloy wheels, nice big tyres on there. It's a revelation. You look at it and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, it's a Jeep, it looks fabulous, but what's it going to drive like? And I can tell you, it drives really, really nicely. I'm going to be sorry to give this one back. Tech-wise, everything's there, everything's easy to use. The sat-nav is nice and clear. The instructions are very clear. It's not too big like some 4x4s. It's not as big as the Compass from Jeep themselves, which means you can stick well within your lane and not have to worry about, is this too big for this particular way of driving? No, it's lovely. It's going to be fine in town as well. Easy to park with those rear sensors. It is a whole heap of fun. So in conclusion, what can we say about the Jeep Renegade Longitude? Got a great little grunty 3-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's got great looks. It reminds you of Jeeps gone by. You've got that heritage that some brands and some models would quite frankly kill for.
The speed limit is 30 miles per hour.
It feels like it's going to go on forever. There's nothing in this car that rattles, that creaks, that makes you worry about longevity. It's perky, and for the first time in a little while, it's been great being in a car with a sense of fun about it. And for that, we've got to be very, very grateful. Well done, Jeep. MotorMartin is very, very happy with this.